Okay, I'm gonna call Sean really quick. Hold on. The request. Hi, I'm calling you, so hopefully you'll get it. Hi sis. How are
Hi.
you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just trying to battle New York heat.
Oh my
It's like
God, Philly
worse.
is hot. It feel like I feel like the devil is sitting there at the cross street. I was going to Walmart pick up something real quick, and I was out for like a few seconds, and all of a sudden I'm already sweating. I'm like, y'all lucky I ain't got no makeup on because I ain't got time for all this heat. So it was so hot out.
Oh my god. I know, but have you been otherwise? How have you been staying creative and just you're so amazing. I was checking out a lot of your music. I was checking out your song "Work It,"
Mhm.
your song, the other song you just released,
Self
not too long
destruct.
ago. That one, yes, and definitely your album, "Reinvention." So I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions.
Hmm.
I'm very intrigued by you. So first off, I want to ask you, like, how are you doing? Otherwise, how are you just existing?
I'm just taking one day at a time. It's just, you never know. I just try to keep calm and don't let my anxiety go crazy.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like um, only what you can do in the moment that, that's what I focus on
Hmm.
and just make sure that I'm staying grounded and just, positive and everything. Hi, Aquanetta. Thank you much. Thank you for joining again. I
Hey,
had to call Sean back.
Aquanetta.
So sweet.
Yeah, she actually co-wrote Self Destruct with me. She did the first verse, and then everything else I did the
I didn't
rest.
know that.
Yep,
Oh my
it was the
gosh.
first little
That's
written. It
awesome.
was her first written collab with her, and when she first gave those few lines of that song, my pen was just crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? Now I'm going to have to bother her and ask her to write some lyrics with me. I'm a little
Yep.
jealous. Okay, so let me get to asking you some of these questions. So, what inspired you to become a musician?
Whew, it actually runs in the family. My dad,
Nice.
I mostly got those traits from my dad, and also my grandfather and my mom's side, and my aunt also sings, and my uncle plays guitar and sing. They had their own little band, but mostly I sing. Growing up, my dad, he had a group back in the day, and usually every time after school, I do my homework, and when they rehearse in the
Mm-hmm.
garage after school. So after I do my homework, I come downstairs and watch them rehearse and learn their dance choreography and all that stuff. And
Oh
so
my
just in
gosh.
case they mess up on the rehearsal, I at least give them what they were supposed to learn.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure they appreciated you being there and just being like cheering them on, but also like knowing your stuff and being like, I'm here to learn too. That's really awesome.
Yeah, even though they try to
Um,
kick me out the garage, I'm still there.
oh, that's so cute. Okay, so one thing I did notice about you on your Instagram, you play so many different instruments. So, what instruments do you play exactly? Like, are you just a guitarist or are you like everything? Like, give me the whole breakdown.
Okay, I'm gonna go in chronologically order. Okay.
Okay.
I first started playing piano at the age of 6. Then I played drums at the age of 9. And I started playing at church. I played drums at church, and I was in the drum line in high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I did not pick up the guitar. I picked up the guitar very late, like around 18,
Oh my
and
gosh.
that was like
Wow.
my freshman year in college. And then I
Hmm.
just picked up the bass like a couple months ago.
Wow. Like, so, like, it was like during the whole pandemic thing that you wanted to learn bass?
I've been wanting to play bass since I Been a while since I was started when I was started working on my reinvention album because I've been getting random bass lines. I was like, I need a bass.
Awesome. That's so cool. Is it the purple one that I
Yep.
saw on your page? That was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. You know
Yeah,
what? The
purple
thing
is
is about
my
being a
favorite color.
I love purple. I love purple and red. Like red's like the feisty color I like. But what I was gonna say is that like as a musician, once you learn one instrument, you can't get enough. You always want to learn like the next thing and the next thing. But that's really
Exactly.
awesome. So so you've been playing electric guitar since you were 19 or guitar in general?
A guitar in general. I started off acoustic, and then
Mm-hmm.
and I played the electric like around probably like around 10 years ago. I started playing electric around 10 years ago, but overall as a
Nice.
guitarist, I that took me in September will be like around 17, 18 years I picked up the guitar.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. So, do you have a favorite guitar?
Of course, I love my Telecaster. It's nice and purple and
Uh,
gold, and my boyfriend got it for me for my birthday a couple years ago, and I never put that
oh,
down.
that's so sweet.
And
Sean is absolutely
oh,
talented.
that
Yes,
is
she
my
is. She is extremely talented.
bro, Quick. I did some bunch of music with him,
Oh,
and I'm part of Beats Bars and Faves, so I've been doing a lot of music with him. I kind of like my mentor.
oh, that's so nice. So it really is in the family, like you and your siblings and everybody's a musician. That's so awesome.
Greg Grasty sax. That's my stepbrother. He plays the saxophone and the piano.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're
So
so lucky. I wish I had siblings who were in music. I'm the only one in my family, so sometimes it's kind of like hard to get people to really understand you. But I'm sure you felt like everybody is kind of like on the same team as far as like loving music so much. That's really awesome.
no, you're joking, Greg. You're joking. You're joking.
And he's in it for the money.
He's just joking. He got
I'm sure
jokes.
he is. Um, so as far as like gear, right? Like outside of guitar, what kind of gear do you use? Do you use like pedals or picks?
I just got a head rush. The head rush
Oh,
pedal board. So I never put that down. I said, get rid of all my individual pedals. I keep that. And when you turn it on, the pretty lights, it goes, ah. And
oh wow,
I
nice.
like the pretty lights when it turns on. They just make me so excited. Picks, like I use picks on certain occasions, but most of the time you don't see me with a pick on because I hate them. But I'm just slowly getting back
You
on
hate
using
them?
sometimes because I'm like when I first it's so uncomfortable. But I'll be honest. But I'm slowly coming back on using picks because of solos and strumming because you won't really hear it with my fingers because I lot of finger pick a lot. But if I do use picks, I kind of prefer the jazzy picks because it look like you
Nice,
don't have a pick in your hand, and it's easy for me.
nice.
So
That's
very,
cool.
very comfortable and easy for me. And string
So
wise, I use the Dario strings.
nice. Which like 12s, 11s? What size?
Nines.
Oh wow. Also, you like them light, like really light strings.
Yeah, I play light, very
Is that for
nice and
tone?
pretty. Huh?
Is that for tone?
I'm still searching for my own sound, but usually with me, I'm a almost like a light player, a soft player, but nice and pretty, but still
Nice.
give you something. But I
That's
do like
good.
funny tones and stuff like that. That like wahs is my favorite effect. Even though it's weird, I like the sound of it.
You mean wah pedals?
Yeah,
I love wah.
I
Oh
love
my
the
gosh. Do you
wahs.
have any separate ones?
I have a wah pedal. I usually like I'm okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm very frugal and cheap. So Behringer. I use a Behringer pedal, but I use the wah from my head rush, and it sounds better.
Okay.
And there's also new sounds. I use like the all the walls and some different filters. Really sound good on the bass. So I'm like,
Nice.
so I was like, I really
So it's
love those.
versatile.
I can use
Oh,
that for bass. I can use an acoustic. I can use it at anything. I'm in different groups, so I don't have to switch individual pedals like I used to.
that's let's listen. When you're on stage and you have to save time, that is really awesome because I've been there where I'm like struggling like to plug in this and to plug in that and like my set is going and I'm when you do that too long you start to get nervous. So I might keep that in mind next time, like playing live, getting a long board like I forget what like the Helix.
Yep.
I saw those and like the one you have, so I'll keep that in mind. So based on your songs, right?
hmm
Based on Work It, your album Reinvention, and Self Destruct, do you have a very like well-rounded sound? Like I can't really place you in one group. Could you describe like your sound? Because I feel like Work is kind of like to me it sounded a little bit like Philadelphia. Was that what you were going for?
I don't even know. I just play what's in my heart and what I visualize when I create the songs. But I'm
Mhm.
I'm just like a soulful chick that confused with a lot of things. But I'm definitely a hip hop chick and never put that down. So I'm kind of like a hip hop soul chick with
That's awesome.
fused with everything else in life.
So, would you say like growing up in Philadelphia really um, like formed your sound or really inspired you like musically as far as like the tone that you're looking for, or you're still in search of it?
I'm still in search of it. I was originally in Chester, Pennsylvania, which is like 25 minutes from Philadelphia, which is one of the very dangerous cities, straight hood. And you feel like when you live there, it's like you're not getting the land of opportunity with a lot of violence and gangs and stuff. And lucky I got out of it at the age of 14. That made me realize all that pain that I've been going through as a child and the dreams that I've been having um, made me realize that I want to take music a lot seriously. And it saved my life completely because I was in a very dark place. It started when I was 14, like in 2000, and I was going through. I just started going through depression, and I was going through a lot of grief. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she raised me as a child. She passed away that year, and
Oh my god.
my dad going through second marriage divorce, and the third was the bullying. I was bullied throughout my childhood year, and it got very worse. And I
Oh, I'm so sorry.
and I almost committed suicide because of that, because it reached the boiling point. And if my dad
Mhm.
didn't take me out of Chester, I would have been dead before I even reached my sweet 16. But I'm glad he took me out of it. And after I moved, and I went, one night I had a dream. My grandmother that died talked to me in my dreams saying that you need to sing again because every time you sing, you feel like every bad things around you had disappeared. And that's why I've been ever since, been constantly singing just to keep everything positive in my life.
Wow. So do you have any like do you have any mantras or like anything you say to yourself when you are performing or writing music that keeps you positive when you're going through like a really rough time?
I really usually don't have a mantra, but I do have like a certain routine. Like when I wake up in the morning and I look myself in the mirror, because I was still going through a lot of low self-esteem, and I always tell you like look at myself in the mirror and said that you are beautiful, you are powerful, you have a lot to offer. Don't be afraid to share your story because you might
Yeah.
someone. It might be not now, it might not till later, but one day, you never know, someone will touch, you will touch someone and might save their life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's you know that's what being a musician is kind of like a blessing almost, because even when you don't know that you have a similar story to a lot of people who are suffering and they don't know how to get it out, you can really help them. You can really give them, that bit of hope of, you know what, it's gonna be okay. And I think, you know, I think I think you're wonderful. Reading and learning up about you and knowing how creative you are and how, there's so much passion in your work and some of your songs that I've listened to. So I think a lot of young ladies, even if you don't know them right now, are very inspired by you, or, will obviously continue to be inspired by you in the future. But I think, it's very hard to hear somebody else's story and not say, wow, like, music really does save lives. So I think it's great that you were able to share your story with me, and you're very positive and just very inspiring. So
Yeah,
thank you.
every time I get messages with people telling me that your music and the way like you continue doing videos on YouTube and inspiring, like some guy told me that I inspired his wife to pick up the guitar,
Wow,
and I was like,
that's awesome.
oh my God, I'm like, but it really warms my heart, and it really motivates me to keep on going because all I was doing just just showing you videos of what songs that I learned or techniques that I can be able to share, things behind the scenes of my creative process, and everything like that, and just picking up and commenting all these videos. It really melts my heart.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you, well, I guess you pretty much told me what drew you to music, and, what specifically made you want to play the guitar? And why was the guitar your instrument of choice?
Hi. Well, okay. My I wanted to play the guitar for my senior year in high school.
Okay.
When I was listening to the Tweet album and I heard that song Motel, and
Okay.
I was like, I want
I'm
to
actually
learn that
familiar with
song.
that song.
What is
Who
it?
was that song by?
Tweet.
I have to look it up. I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with that. But can you describe it to me? Like, how does it sound?
Boom, 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 and then like, and then when I hear that song, I was like, I want to learn this. I want to learn the guitar. So I was registering classes for college, and they have guitar lessons, and I was like, I want to learn the guitar. Actually, my parents did not care
Oh, wow.
because I was doing piano lessons and guitar, and I was also in the choir in college. I was like two different choir
Oh, wow.
groups.
You're just you were like doing every area of music you were covering. That's cool.
Yeah, and then I realized in my freshman year, I changed my major. Instead of information technology, I changed that into music business, and then still keep my digital media because I had to combine the major. But
Yeah, that's really cool. So, what artist inspired you? I guess between now and like when you were growing up and starting.
ooh, I like this part because I'm an old soul, and
Mm-hmm.
singing the age of 3, Tina Marie was the one that
Mm-hmm.
got inspired me singing, like the element of surprise, which I am, because with Tina Marie, when you first hear her voice, everybody thought it was a black woman singing, but when she performs the song, everybody gets shot like she's white. But I am like the element surprise. I'm kind of like, you just not just a shy girl, like that. But when I start singing, like she can sing like that. She can play the guitar like that. But that's one of my artists that inspired me. Mary J. Blige, of course, the hip hop
Uh,
soul. I love her sharing her pain. Toni Braxton, Anita Baker,
love
um,
them.
and of course her. And I've been listening to many of her. I love her.
I like her too. I think you know what I love about her is the fact that in this day and age, she is representing. Like, I guess there was Melina Moye. You know her, right?
Yeah, she's my definitely guitar inspiration. If it wasn't for her, I would not play guitar seriously. If it wasn't for her,
Oh, really?
she the one that motivated me to pick up the guitar more seriously.
Yeah, I saw a few videos of her playing online. I think, and I could be wrong, I think she played guitar for Chuck Berry one time, or a few big artists. I'm not 100% sure, but when I first saw her, and then I knew she was playing a Fender, and then I knew she was playing left-handed, and then she's obviously a woman of color. I was like, this is awesome. Why is there not more, why does she not have more exposure? Because growing up, like around the age of 12, when I decided to play guitar, I mostly saw men, which was cool, which was fine. But to see a woman play guitar, it's like a whole nother level of inspiration. You know what I mean? And now her is around, and she has her own signature guitar with Fender, and she's inspired more women. So it's like, I feel like like women and Black women, especially when it comes to guitar, like that area, it's like we're kind of winning right now, and it's really working out. So
yeah, it makes me branch out as a guitarist because back then I kept it on the low, picking up the guitar and playing in front of people because many people think because when you do R&B and hip hop and stuff, does not need to have the guitar in front of you while you're doing the songs and stuff like that. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, okay, if Lena Moore can do songs, dancing, and do whatever, even slide the guitar on the microphone stand on the stage and twerk, maybe twerk while you are, yes, I will definitely will do that.
So in total, how long has your career been? Like for 19 years, you would say?
Yeah, almost 19 years.
So what advice would you give to your younger self when you were getting started?
I should have done that a long time ago. Because I started like a little late, like over 10 years exposing myself, but at least most of those years earlier I've been like developing my voice and what my vocals sound like and trying different things do I feel comfortable in. And if I'd known the business back then, I would have been out a long time ago.
So okay, so what business advice would you give yourself or give to young ladies who are listening to you?
Always protect your music, especially copywriting. And when you marketing your music, do whatever it takes, like do dance or showing up, give people like chance to explain your creative process of what your song really means, and if it might touch somebody, they will be able to listen. So
right.
Yeah, just put yourself out there and stuff like that. That's usually one of the issues that I have that maybe came out a little bit more late, is mostly because of the marketing.
Okay. So I like to ask a lot of this question, especially because we're all guitarists and we like to play. Do you have any dream gear? Like, is there any dream guitar that you really, really hope to own one day?
Well, I have 2 PRSs.
Oh, you're so lucky.
But I am planning on getting one more coming soon.
Which one?
Well, the one that I have 2 of them. One of them is a SC22. It's a vintage Santana signature. It was my very first PRS, and it's blue. I call it Breezy. And my purple PRS is the SC24 Floyd Rose Custom, and it's purple. I call her Hazel.
Nice. Oh, nice. That's cute.
But the third one, I'll wait till I put a video out and unbox that one. But
okay.
But if I do have a dream guitar in my mind, custom.
Okay.
It could be either a Strat or a Tele, but I definitely want a PRS, another one, with a maple fretboard. I love maple necks. I love them. Instead of the birds inlay, I love stars. Stars are kind of
Oh,
like
that's
my
nice.
inspiration. I love stars. And of course, I got to have my purple. Of course, I love my purple. And
So what model would you get?
well, I kind of like more comfortable with the SD22s, but
Okay.
but 24 is a little bit more longer and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but I like a little shorter to make it more comfortable. So I like it
I
like that.
That's nice. I hope you get it. I hope you're manifesting and I hope you get your dream guitar. And then you can unbox it so we could all see it.
Yeah, it's already in my vision board.
Nice. Like one I really want is a PRS special custom 22. The semi-hollow ones, because I never had a hollow body guitar and I just find those so attractive. Like that's the problem with guitars. Like you want one and then you can't stop buying them
It's
and
like
then you need to
it's like
save
buying
money.
shoes. Well, actually,
It is like buying
pedals.
shoes.
Actually, the pedals to me is like buying shoes. Guitars is like, you know, buying purses.
Yeah, exactly. Like or something. I can't believe I just said that. But it's like really buying the most expensive purse. Okay, so what would you say are the pros and cons to being a female guitarist or musician?
Ooh, I'm gonna start with the cons because I always push this one because the only thing I don't like about being a female musician is those standards that the industry wants to bring women to. It's almost like demeaning, almost like degrading. And when they was thinking about,
Right.
oh, you have to be sexy and set sales, but sometimes it's not comfortable for a person, sometimes it's not worth their image. It's not what they want to market themselves. It can't be themselves. You want to cover up with the glitz and glam. But it can be like
Right.
once in a while. You can be cute. You don't need to have your ass all out. You need to have
No.
your boobs all popped up and perky and all that stuff. No, it's about the
It'd be nice.
music.
Right. And also if women are treated like people and human beings and not objects like all the time.
Yep, that's
And
what it
still
is.
make still sell records. So what are your pros about being a female musician?
Well, if well, usually men, even though they try to hit on us, even though we play and we kind of look cute, we get the benefit. There's some benefits here. There's some benefits here. If y'all single and y'all playing guitar and the cute guy stares at you, and he might be cute and y'all been dating, and then 4 years later you still together. Well, yeah, that's my boyfriend, and that's the benefits of having a boyfriend as a band leader because I can do whatever I want.
Nice. That's awesome. So do you and your boyfriend play music together? Like, do you guys write and stuff?
We starting to do some original music together pretty soon, but we've been like
Nice.
in different bands right now, and he's plays bass. He plays a lot of different instruments as well, and he also an engineer. So we have a studio in
That's
our
awesome.
house. So I learned a little bit of engineering from him. So,
Wow. It's almost like you've been like, like God placed you in the right places, like with the right people in the right situations. That's really cool. So, did he write any of your songs with you on your last album or your two singles?
he haven't written any lyrics, but one of like the intro and the regaining love, the piano of the person that played the piano on the intro and the regaining love interludes is definitely my boyfriend. I record him playing the piano from my phone, and then I just upload it in my computer and I just did
That's
all the
cool.
talk and just talking.
That's cool. Listen, if you have like a website where you can boyfriend, let me not go there.
Hashtag musician couples. Hashtag.
Exactly. Let me know when you make this website. I'm just kidding. So, what have you learned about yourself over the past 2 years during the pandemic? Like, being creative and being able to, go out and like live life to make music has been kind of hard the last 2 years. So what have you learned about yourself? like throughout this time, like being indoors and just, you know?
Well, I haven't been indoors because my day job is completely essential. So,
Oh,
so I still have my job, but
okay.
I still be recording music, even though my kids home get on my nerves doing school online. Had to be on their butts, but that's mostly I do. Even though I'm my day jobs, I come home, I still just pick up my guitar. It's like writing a journal entry, really. I think while everything was complete halt, and I was upset because I had like performance opportunities come in, and all of a sudden it was a complete halt, and I was like, I'm trying to push this album, and this COVID took it away from me, but I wouldn't let COVID stop me from trying to do whatever it takes to keep my creative going, even though there's some new things in my life. Yes, I've been cooking more than usual because I usually don't have time to be cooking all like that, but I've been cooking more often. I'm just like exercising a little bit more. I lost about 10 pounds.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
So, and try to deal with my anxiety and all the stress that's going on. Like I've been getting back doing yoga and do all these stretches and stuff like that, and just meditate and always like have a mental mind state in mind with me. So that's mostly I've been doing during this pandemic.
So would you say your creativity has like what's the word? Like kind of doubled because of everything that was going on in your life and all the things that you've had to deal with more than usual?
Mm-hmm. It gave me different ways of, I was like recording different features. So at least I still have some opportunities since I've been on the computer and doing the podcast for Fret Sisters. So I've been doing a lot with the podcast with the rest of the founders and doing the websites and the marketing because it never sleeps. And so I keep myself busy, but there are the times that I need to like, my brain is telling me like, bitch, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. You are doing too much right now. Because I do that all the time. I'm like, I don't sit down. My boyfriend like, Sean, like, sit down.
So talk about your podcast with the Fret Sisters. So what is that? What is your podcast about, and like what is your like your mission with it? I read that you guys are really into representation and inspiring young women. So talk to me about that.
With Fret Sisters, we started it 2 years ago. It happened when I was talking to one of my partners, having a daily conversation, just plenty and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden we just like, we should do something, showcase women musicians, because there's no platform, like actual platform that will showcase women. Like if it wasn't social media, we wouldn't find all these women. Because back then you can't find Jack.
It's so true.
So
you're right.
So when we create Fret Sisters, and then we want to do the podcast and start interviewing a lot of musicians, even the big guns. We got the big guns. We did Jennifer Batten. We did we did Gretchen Mann. We also did Nilly. They're in different episodes.
Oh my god.
We did Nilly.
Wow. What's that like?
Adeline, I just did Adeline. I think it was the third season. Yeah, we like in fifth season right now.
That's awesome. So what was that like, talking to all these amazing women who are just really changing the way, female musicians are viewed from their music and their styles?
Well, to be honest, since I did some of the hosting and interviewing, some of them I was so nervous. I was trying not to get starstruck.
I can imagine.
I was like, get it together, Sean. Breathe. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God. Like, I get so excited meeting these talented women and some of the answers with the questions that I've been giving them, and it like truly inspired me a lot, especially different routines when we talked about like different practice routines. And I was like, I never heard of this one. And then I was like trying and researching new gear, keep my options open, and learning like the background stories really. And their stories really inspire a lot of women. And we want to empower a lot of women, even no matter how old you are, like young or old, even in your 80s, and you still want to pick the music. We want to see women win.
Yes.
We want to encourage women. We don't want to put them down, even though many people think that the music industry is just a competition. No, it's a community. We like a sisterhood.
Yeah.
And we need to come together in one accord and support one another.
Yeah.
And that's
right.
the whole point of us doing Fret Sisters. And we need to have a platform so we can all, as women, be heard as musicians that doesn't get the respect that we deserve.
Right. That's really awesome. So I was just going to ask you, what does representation mean to you? But you pretty much answered that question. So what I want to ask you though is, what inspired your song, specifically Reinvention, but like the whole album altogether? So
Reinvention is kind of like my journal entry. I was giving y'all a little backstory. I was giving you a little backstory of my life, completely what I was going through from my past, and what I need to work on my future. There was a lot of things that I was going through, dealing with closure, discovering that I have depression and there's nothing wrong with that. And then there's also my low self-esteem, me trying to find love again, and be able to branch out. And ever since I did the Reinvention album, I really didn't care what people think anymore. And that was a life lesson to myself, but it might touch a lot of people that was listening to the album. Fly Free, a lot of people like the song Fly Free, which is the last track of the project. It was kind of my interpretation of, okay, I was inspired by Alicia Keys from her Songs of A Minor album, and she did Caged Bird.
Oh, nice.
Fly Free was my interpretation from that song because I would symbolize myself as that caged bird.
Okay.
And I want to get out those shackles and get out that cage and be able to sing loud and be heard and be free from all these negative things that's been holding me back and shackled me into balls and chains.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, could you list like a verse from Fly Free? I actually wrote that down as a question. I'm like, that song, because I listened to that 2 times yesterday. I was like, I was trying to get the gist of what you were singing about, but mostly there was a lot of verses talking about like your internal struggle, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so good, but I couldn't make it out. So could you list like a verse or something from that song?
Whew, that's a while. I gotta learn.
If you're comfortable with it.
I was like, okay, most of my life I felt like my feelings were bottled up for years and about to be explode. All the trials and tribulations was tormenting my heart. Got me locked in a cage so someone can hear me sing, make they turn their heads and forget about me and my truth. Now, the reason why I said though that was most of my life I kept quiet. I was so quiet. Nobody didn't want to care about my opinions and what I feel in many things. They just answer it for me. And it was like I was a mute. I'm like, you don't care about what I think. and I think mostly because of that song, I was tired of being quiet. I will no longer be silenced with nobody. So I don't care what you think about my opinions or my feelings. I expect to express them. A lot of people won't let me express myself, and that song helped me break out that.
That's really awesome. I think your whole album altogether was kind of, it sounded like the perfect way to describe your intention as far as an artist and how you saw yourself and the things that you went through. So how long did it take you to write your whole album, and were all of those songs personal or were they based on other people?
All of it was personal. The whole entire album completely personal. I think it was like one or two songs I had written way long time ago. I was trying to go through closures in my life, and I haven't got a chance to like record the songs. Some of them, the rest of the songs, it took me like a few months, the same year that's been released, to record and everything, because I just get these random ideas and I just like immediately just go straight to my computer from work and just lay it all down. Even take it off and do all of them.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So how would you describe your creative process then?
A lot of random things. The creative process is very random with me. It depends.
Wow.
It depends, because sometimes I get these strange ideas in my sleep and I had to wake up in the middle of the night and do it. Sometimes in the shower. Yes, I was in the shower and I get these ideas and I was like, babe, where's the pen? Give me a pen. And sometimes when I'm driving away and stuff like that, but usually sometimes I get the lyrics, and then I get the start figuring out the melody and come up with the chord progressions and riffs. Sometimes I just get the simple riff and just work around that, or something in certain chord progressions that I have and just work around that. Or different sounds that I hear when I create the music is just very, very random.
Wow, that's awesome. Like, I guess it just flows for you. Like, you're probably just very connected with your purpose.
Yeah.
So it just comes out whenever you're looking for it. So your song "Work It," that song kind of sounds different from all your other songs. Like, it was just really like the bass lines, and then it sounded very Philadelphia to me. I think I told you that already. So what inspired you to write that song, and what instruments did you use on there? Because I heard a few, more than just guitar.
Well, here's the thing. I did not produce that track. Out of all from the album Reinvention, I produced my whole album. I self-produced the whole entire Reinvention album. Self-Destruct,
Wow.
I produced that track. But this one, Work It, was the first time I did a track from a different producer. Like K Quick that was in here, he told me about, like, he bought all these beats and stuff from this guy, and he found this one specific track that was specifically for me. When he sent me the track, I was listening to it. I was like, damn, that's got me all Beyonce like, James Brown and stuff. So that's
what I heard, James Brown.
Yes. Yeah, so when I was thinking to myself, like, how can I write lyrics to this song? And I was like, I wanted to do songs like this for a long time, but I didn't know how to approach it. So, and I was thinking the song, I was like, the song that makes you really want to work it with this song. And I just want to get up and drop it and pick it and shake it and twerk it. And there's some things like, this is what helped me jump out the box, because this next project is, made me be a little spontaneously, creatively working with different producers. I'm still producing my own stuff, but working with different producers, trying out different new sounds, different types of music, kind of like that, and just expand. And with Work It, I was giving you something that y'all don't think that y'all think I would do some like neo soul type of thing. Like, nah, I'm not just a guitarist, man. a dancer. I'm gonna give you something that, when I do perform and stuff like that. I don't play the guitar all night. Really, I don't. There's sometimes I pick up the guitar and do, but there's sometimes I just want to be free, walk around and interact with the audience, and sometimes I want to twerk. I want to drop it and pick it back up again. I want to give you many different talents that I will show y'all without just standing there with a microphone, with a guitar. Like, really?
So what do you love overall about performing, or what do you miss overall about performing? Because I haven't been on stage in a while, so I miss the stage a lot.
Just being around, with people. Really, I want to just be performing in front of a lot of people and having people dancing to your own music, and people that just like learn my songs and sing along. I would be very, very happy. But I just like to dance and share my story with a lot of people and just touch people's hearts. And it's just that I just want to share it,
That's really awesome. So, let's see. Okay, so I know I kind of asked you this before, but what kind of artist would you say sort of shaped your sound? I know you're still looking for your sound, but what kind of artist do you think kind of helped you get an idea of what direction you're trying to go in?
Ooh, that was a hard question. Whenever you gave me those questions, it was like some of them are like a lot to think. But I really like these questions because it gives me a chance to really go deep into my brain. Definitely Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
And Toni Braxton, those two, because when they shared their pain in their music, they put their blood, sweat, and tears in their songs, and people can feel it.
Yeah.
And I think those are the two artists that kind of shape me. When you hear songs like My Life or Unbreak My Heart, it really shaped my voice vocally, mostly, is because of those two.
Okay. So what about like instrumentally, like guitarists?
Still searching for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do notice you do post a lot of skincare and hair care on your Instagram. Why is self-care so important to you, and what are some of your favorite things that you like to use that make you feel beautiful?
Well, of course, my hair. I do a lot of crazy things with my hair, and a lot of people like. I used to wear like weaves and wigs and stuff like that. And from the reinvention, that transformation came from that and showing you my true self, my natural hair and everything like that. Definitely I love my hair. And I like to, just wear a little makeup in there, be a girl. I was a little tomboy-ish. I was a tomboy back then. I'm still, a little chicy now, but still a little tomboy, but still chic. Be a little girly girl once in a while. I use those things. I'm also an influencer, so it's kind of like I use that, the makeup, the hair, the skincare, all that, the products I use, I get to try and for free, and I use that as a therapeutic thing for me because I was still going through that low self-esteem thing, and it kind of helped me like build my self-esteem up and make a mindset that I am beautiful, even though I've been going through like that phase that I felt like, okay, I've symbolized myself as the ugly duckling and turned into a swan. And it's just now like everybody see me like I'm beautiful, but it's just like for me, my mind still says, no, you're not. But I have to like push myself to saying that, yes, I am beautiful, but I have to push it to my mindset that I am beautiful, So it's very therapeutic for me to do all that.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So Okay, this is like a little bit a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think since you've developed your self-confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your music has reflected that more?
Yes,
Okay.
because I got scared releasing my music to the world and afraid that nobody was gonna like it. I think it was like a few years back. Is way before I met K Quick, if he's still in there. Um, I was that close giving up singing.
Oh.
I was still gonna play guitar and everything. It's just like don't sing. And because I didn't like the sound of my own vocals, and like nobody don't like my singing. My singing sucks. But he's like, "Oh hell no, you are not giving that up." And then he just like, and ever since that, we talked and did some songs together, and it made me realize like I like my vocals. I like to. There's some like even though I have a very flexible range, I can go way low like Tony Braxton and go almost high like Tamar Braxton and even high registries. So depends because I'm classically trained vocally, but it's that kind of helped me build my confidence up as a vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
And every music that I release, I put my soul, my complete soul vocally into these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my songs I go through some pain in my feelings, and yes, I'm rapping some of the songs, rap, put in bars. Because most people say, like, you sound better singing than rapping. That's what the F U Trolls came from. So.
I heard that song, and I was actually listening to your whole album on Spotify, and that came up. I'm like, is this the same girl? And then I looked, and it was your name, and it was a response to people who are haters.
Trolls.
And I thought that was very bold because I would. My thing is, it's like I try to keep myself as positive as possible because I don't allow myself to think about like people who are obviously, haters or just want to be negative or come down on me and make me feel insecure. But like to write a song, like I did at them, I couldn't do that. That was pretty bold.
Yeah, it was a lot of pain that I was going through as a child when I was being bullied and all that stuff like that. And I know that I know some people that have been saying a lot of negative things to the people that I know. And I was like, okay, clap back. It's time to clap back. I was like, I've been quiet too long. But yeah, when you said you was afraid about what people would think, I think that you should let them hate, because the more like all those haters and stuff like that, if you're getting haters, that means what you are doing is right. The haters don't want you to go further, but it makes you push even more to a different level and to another level and another level. Just keep on hating because it's going to make you stronger. And I'm still standing. All this hate, pain, all these trolls and stuff like that, I'm still standing. I ain't going nowhere.
No, that's really.
And that's the same thing for you too. Let them let them hate because it's gonna make you stronger.
Yeah.
And besides, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing it right.
Listen, being a woman is hard, right? Being a woman who plays guitar is hard enough. Being a woman who plays guitar who's a woman of color is hard. There's nothing easy about what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, people are always going to have their opinion, but I think it's more of like, kind of working on your subconscious mind and saying, you know what, I love myself enough to know my purpose, and then I'm going to go after my dreams. I'm not going to let, negative opinions keep me stagnant because I would hate that. And I know that was by too many people if I don't follow my dreams. It's I totally understand where you're coming from. But, self-confidence and then going through the same thing, being multiracial, experiencing bullying myself, so I know how you feel. I think it's really awesome that you took what you went through and are still going through, unfortunately, and you use that to better your music. I think that's really cool. So one thing I really want to ask you, I hope I still have a few more minutes with you. How do you balance being a mom and your music? That sounds like a lot.
It's a lot because usually when you have kids, many people say that you need to put your whole dreams on hold because you got your kids. It's not about you anymore. You can still do that, and you can still work on your music and still have your kids. It's just know how to learn their schedule. So I usually schedule my kids to make it more easier for me. Like usually when they go to school, when they're not in my house, I can probably do YouTube videos. I'm gonna record my vocals, and I still gonna do my music. I just like, okay, stop me do dinner time, gotta make some dinner, da, 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 and wake them up, get them ready for school, and yeah, it just has a proper schedule. But they were there during like when I record, they there when I was performing. There's sometimes when they be at my rehearsals, and I have you got to be the role model for your kids, because if you can't, follow your own dreams, how can they follow theirs?
Right.
So I had to make myself an example for them.
That's really cool. They're so lucky to have you. I'm sure they're so inspired to pick up your instruments and going nonstop all hours just to make them happen. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, do you have advice for moms who kind of put their dreams on hold and they want to get back to doing music?
Do what's right for you. I know we had to, hide our own feelings and put everything that we need and we want for our kids, but just take that time for yourself. Like you gotta put yourself happy on like what your own something that is yours. You have to have something that is yours, and if it is music, let it be music. But if you want something that wants with you gotta have something that is for you. The kids will probably follow your lead. You don't know.
So how has being a mom made you a better artist?
It made me be a better motivator, because I usually don't have the motivation to do things. Sometimes I have my lazy moments, saying that I don't have time to do all this and I can't get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. But me as a mom, I do too much as it is, but now my kids are getting older and they have their own personalities and they have their own. My son completely just turned 14. He has a social life. I don't care. So yes, he has a social life. He just turned 14, deep voice, and he's like, got it, Mom. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, deep voice for a 14-year-old. And then I have a 9-year-old daughter that likes to dance and sing. She said she wants to be a YouTuber like me. I'm like, Shayla, that's a lot of work. You got to figure out what you want to do. So whatever dreams they want, I support them. I support them as long as they know how to put in the work. I don't be like Joe Jackson and whip their behinds if they don't do it right. But no, I don't do that. I'm not gonna be like that. Nah, I just I will cheer them on if they have events or something like that. I just be right there and just saying I'm there for you. I'm going to support you, and I encourage you to keep going and don't give up.
Oh, that's awesome. So, do your kids play instruments too? As soon as they see you, always playing guitar and singing and stuff.
My son used to do drums in a band in school, but he wants to do a guitar. He just now getting ready to start high school, and he signed up to join the guitar class.
Oh my gosh!
So I told him, I was like, when you start playing the guitar, your hands is going to hurt. Don't cry and complain to me saying that my hands hurt, and I would say, I told you so. It's going to hurt. But my daughter likes to sing and dance, and she always tell me, Mom, please play Self-Destruct again. I'm like, really? Well, at least it's a good motivational song, though. It's a good message to take all that negative things in your life, anything, or maybe a person, or anything that means very negative in your life. Take all that negativity, put it in a box with a bomb on it, and blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
Just get rid of all that negative things out there. So that's really what that song is about. Is like, and I started on January 1st because everybody wants to clean slate on the New Year's Day. So had that New Year's resolution. So I was like, okay, take that song, put in all that negativity, blow it up. New Year's Day, blow all that negativity, clean slate, just self-destruct all that.
That's really cool. So, are you working on anything new right now, like new singles, new songs, videos?
Well, there will be video coming soon. Next month, I'm starting shooting a video, but I won't tell you what song. I'm still recording, so I'm doing a couple features, working with different producers.
Nice.
So like that never stops, the recording and everything, and also preparing a new season for the podcast and for that. And so make sure you follow our Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we're going to start doing that more. I'm trying to do more videos more. A lot of people asking me, like producers and making new beats and stuff, and I was thinking about doing like a little mini recording 101 course. So trying to prepare to do that. And it might be, I don't know, but I'm just in the process of how I'm going to approach it in different levels. And also songwriting. A lot of people ask me about songwriting. I've been mentoring many women. So I do mentorship. So I've been mentoring a couple women in Maryland. And so anybody, any women, girls, young, old, that wants to be mentored, I can mentor you doing vocals, songwriting, producing, guitar, or just being well-rounded artist. I do a lot of mentoring, so I do have mentoring sessions and private lessons and stuff like that. So that's mostly what I've been doing.
That's so awesome. Well, you know what? I might take you up on the mentorship because you're never too old or too young to learn and, be inspired and work on your skills. So I would definitely reach out to you about that. But thank you so much, Sean, for talking to me. You are really, really fantastic, and I do appreciate you being very open and sharing your story and your experiences and how it has helped you as a musician and a singer and a songwriter. Okay?
Yeah, I've been always wanting to talk to you. To be honest, I've been wanting to speak with you ever since we did. Ever since we did that Don't Rush challenge. Ever since we did that Don't Rush challenge for Gabby, and I saw you did that, and I was trying to follow you on Instagram. I was like, should I DM her or something like that? I always wanted to talk.
Listen, you can message me anytime, lady. You can talk to me anytime. Anytime you want to talk about music or anything, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. You are so inspiring. Like, just listening to your music and then hearing about your story and then knowing that you pretty much are like the female Michael Jackson, growing up in the Jackson 5 with all your family playing instruments.
Oh. Yeah, but I might get y'all. I might since you kind of starting to being part of my circle. I probably might give you some exclusives.
Okay, I will love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then maybe you want to jump in one of my tracks or something because I features someone to feature some of my songs. So that kind of sounds good. Or create a song from scratch, and we can just go through a creative process together, and you can see all that.
I would love that. You know what? I'll keep you in mind, and then when you're not busy and you have extra time, let me know, and I would love to work on music.
I have a lot of time in my hands, honey. I have a lot of time in my hands. My job is very flexible, so I do my own schedule. So
okay, cool.
If you want to do it in the morning, I'll get up at the crack of dawn. I get up early anyway. Or I can stay up. We can stay up late, spill tea, sip some wine, and create. You know that.
Okay, thank you so much, Sean. That's so awesome. I really appreciate that, and thank you for doing this Instagram live chat with me and letting me get to know you better. And, you know, hopefully other people listen to your music and reach out to you because you are awesome and you're very inspiring.
Oh, I'm so glad to talk to you too.
Okay, so you take care. I'm gonna post this right now so other people could see it who unfortunately didn't get a chance to see it. And I will definitely message you. Now I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, we can let's work, you know?
Okay, thank you so much, sis. So take care. For people who are listening, please go listen to Sean's single "Self Destruct," work it, her album Reinvention. Follow her on all her social media. She's awesome. And thank you guys again for watching my lives. Bye, guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.